I said after we get
Yeah.
done with this, will you stay on so I could talk to you about that, like as far as for the rest of the season? Because
Yep.
I was trying to get into that and then we started talking about something else. Probably because it was Matt's fault.
No, we can do that. I got time. Got
Appreciate
all
you.
the time tonight.
You-
All right. Talk to somebody.
Yeah, yeah,
Hello.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yellow.
Why you coach him but not me?
Welcome to the AFC South Fan Battle podcast. Today's topic is Bill Cosby.
Oh no.
Just starting off the bat, controversial. I love it.
And marijuana and the Olympics. We're gonna just start it off. No, I'm just kidding.
That's terrible. I can't
Cosby.
believe it.
Have you guys seen that meme floating around that is like the universe free Britney and it's like the best I can do is Bill Cosby? Like, oh, stop.
You see the one where what was that movie? The Shining. Instead of the axe, it's pudding pops, and then instead of Jack Nicholson, is Bill Cosby. He's like,
The only thing I read an article about it, and they were like, Cosby rolled up to his house throwing a V for victory sign. I was like, hold on, I have to see this. And he's doing this.
Oh.
I mean, it is a V for those at home.
No, that's a peace sign. Like he didn't roll up going like victory or victory. No, he was doing peace. He didn't do this either. It's a difference.
And today on Sesame Street,
The news is fake. The news is fake. Anyway.
Fake news.
Hi guys, guess what? Sam's back.
Welcome back, Sam.
Thanks, Jacoby. That's why I like you the best. Don't tell John Haw. Oh, even though the rest of the Titans fans agree because they cry when he's on.
yeah, I was about to say Donnie's probably gonna watch now that John's not on.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me tag Donnie. Donnie gets so butthurt.
Wait, what's wrong with John?
He says
He's
he's
a
too
realist?
negative.
He gets on the Titans a little too much, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not just a little bit.
He's a anti-homer. Here we go. Donnie Stingley. It's not John. All right, sweet. Well, guys, we don't have a special guest tonight. We don't. Just kidding. It's Pat McAfee. I wish. We're working on it still. A few days will go by. He'll write us on Twitter.
You can only talk to Aaron Rodgers on your podcast.
A few months go by. He quote tweets us. It's about time. It's like a really bad tease. I don't like it. I don't like it, Pat McAfee. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Chicken sandwiches, waffle fries.
Yeah.
Hey,
Free.
you know who
For
started
free.
following us on Twitter? Sam?
Huh?
You know who started following us on Twitter?
Who?
Pat Storm.
Pat Storm, my
Yep.
favorite Texans beat writer.
Yep.
Is he retired? Do we consider him retired now?
He said that. I was like, "So are you back?" Because he made a post, and he's like, "So are you back?" He said, "For my haters, I am." So I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
not.
we need to get him on here then for his haters.
Before week one, because y'all gotta make another profile bet.
I'm down. Let's do it. He probably won't this year.
Probably won't. I wouldn't either. But it's not gonna stop me. I'm gonna make it with Clint, because every time Clint makes one, y'all
No,
lose. So
I know. Stop. I'm gonna purposely start making sure Clint gets banned, so he can't make any. Yeah, Clint House, if you hear this, I'm gonna make sure you get banned from Facebook for eternity, so you don't make any more stupid bets to make the Jaguars lose because it's all your fault.
Oh no, we're gonna have to make sure Clint has his burners ready.
He's got enough of them. Anyways, guys,
We need to get what's called going too. Fantasy
that?
football.
Yep, fantasy football. But next week, for those of you that are watching, before we get started, we have one of my favorite players coming on.
Jalen Ramsey.
You know what? Chris? I took a break, to clear my head, and I was like, dang, why am I so stressed out? That's why. It's stuff like that.
Hey, deal with it. You already know what you're getting into.
Can we get Suave on here?
He's at dinner with his family.
Yeah, he's still eating.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like
No. Listen.
Don't interrupt that 5-course meal that they're having.
5. That's it.
He's still at the chocolate fountain at Golden Corral.
He's sitting there with his little toothpick and marshmallow.
How is the Golden Corral? Is it good? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
Shit is trash.
We don't have them out here.
Shit is trash.
Well, they closed the one in my
It all
town, but
depends on which one you go.
they're reopening.
No, it's trash everywhere.
Like if you go one in the hood, it's good. And like if you go one in, yeah.
All right, well, we got a couple people logging on. We already got some comments coming in, so let's go ahead and get this thing started. Y'all ready?
Ready, dog.
Let me get on rolling.
We got a quick one for y'all tonight. Don't worry, we won't bore you too much. If you guys have any feedback or any topics that you want brought up, go ahead and write them in the comments section, and we'll see them come through.
I don't know who this gentleman person is,
All right.
but apparently they're sensing a Super Bowl.
Titans will be the AFC South champs again. Calling it now. Also, I'm sensing a Super Bowl trophy emoji in the near future as well.
Hey, Jenna, what you're sensing is acid indigestion. Okay.
Pepsid AC.
There you go. Get you some Tums.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson.
You're welcome. I'm here to help the people.
For the people.
Exactly.
All right, somebody else said they got their popcorn, so let's go. And somebody else said hot dog. I don't even know what that's about. So here we go.
Hey, 4th of July.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the AFC South Fan Battle podcast. My name is Samantha Wernett, your host for this evening. I am back after a little break. We do have some updates, which I'll fill you in on in a minute, but let me go ahead and introduce our commentators for this evening. Joining us for the Colts, we have Chris Jackson.
Hey, happy belated 4th of July. And by the way, Sam also wanted to say happy 4th of July to Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, I'm sure you would want to say happy 4th of July to your daddy. So anyways, Matt Briggs. For the Texans, we have Matt Briggs.
Look, Texans, you got the game plan. Just do everything the Jaguars did last year. Get that #1 pick. Get your franchise quarterback. Let's go. Stay out of massage parlors. Let's do it.
Representing the Titans, we have Jacoby Covington.
It's Covington, Sam.
I always mess it up.
But anyways.
Don't worry, everybody else says it that way.
Hey, listen, you know what? Hold on. Don't take offense because John's last name is so hard to say that we just gave up, and he's only John Ha. So. Let's start over. Representing the Titans, we have Jacoby Covington.
There we go. Tighten up, baby. I can't wait for the season to start so we can go ahead and go back to back, baby. Let's go.
Pinky's up on that one. And representing the Jaguars, we have Justin Gonzalez.
Bro, guys, how we doing tonight?
I was for some reason waiting for you to go. It's actually Gonzalez or something like that.
Depends on how fancy he was feeling tonight.
Now, people are usually like Gonzalez. I'm like, no, not even close. It's literally, if you sound it out phonetically, it's how it's spelled. Thank you.
Well, we're just going to jump right into it, Justin, because we don't have too much news from any of the other camps, but in order to get it going, because I promised everybody we'd have a short show this evening, let's just go ahead and talk about it. Actually, time out.
Okay.
I'm taking it back. We have to talk about this first because it's really bothering me. Number one, can we talk about the Aaron Rodgers backpedal? Because we always start with the NFL news. So the Aaron Rodgers backpedal that he's now saying that he just needed a mental health break.
Okay.
And he's thankful Anybody? Anyone see that?
Oh,
There,
he knows
He's
he's not
thankful
going to get
for the
traded. So
opportunity to work on his mental health, but that seemed very different from the whole holdout.
he probably
type.
realized he's not going to get traded. So he's like, fuck it.
Yes,
Well,
and now he's
that-
going to call it mental health. Now, Sam taking off 3 weeks, that was mental health. Okay.
Well, I mean, if my team did not help me build my offense in the last 10 years, I would need a mental health day too.
True.
yeah, and they probably already showed him the blank check that he can put any number on right now. So, that mental health break is definitely going to be made a lot better once he signs those 0000000
There at the bottom,
1000.
there at the bottom in the memo it says for mental health.
Exactly. Aaron Rodgers is going to own half the stadium once they announce his extension this year, probably during the preseason.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Anyways, I was going to have something witty to say, but I can't because this is like the biggest backpedal that we've seen in a long time. Probably since Antonio Brown last year. But anyway.
Well,
moving
that Josh McDaniels, that was a big backpedal when he said he was going to be the head coach.
Hey, listen. That was the best thing that could ever happen to us. So
It was. It was.
cheers to that.
And then Larry Fitzgerald is about to be a NBA champion before he's going to be a Super Bowl champion.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Wait, what?
Larry Fitzgerald is part of the owners of the Suns.
Oh,
And about to
yeah.
be-
Ownership. I was like, hold on, wait. I thought you meant he was like riding a bench somewhere, and I'd never heard about this.
I mean,
You know,
he's probably on the bench like, come on, guys.
Hey,
I
listen,
can't win the Super Bowl, so let's do it.
They signed him at small forward, so I mean, anything's possible at this point.
Well, let's talk about the biggest and most, what I think is the most hilarious part of NFL news this week is the whole Zach Wilson, that poor kid. The Zach Wilson debacle with his mom. So
Set it up because I don't know what's going on.
So,
I don't
okay.
know anything about
I'll give you the precursor.
it. Okay.
So Zach Wilson enters the draft. There's all these like kind of like slow talker people in the background, like, when they start checking out his Instagram, and the draft night, they showed his family, and he has a hot mom.
Oh, okay. Okay. This is where we're going.
Yeah. So everybody started like talking about Zach Wilson's mom, hot mom. Okay. Well, I don't necessarily know. Maybe one of you guys can fill the gap of what happened. I know that she's like does this whole holistic journey, working out, mental health, relationship coach type stuff, but she's almost used it in her Instagram, like clout chasing, writing on the back of her son because she got that notice during the draft, and then now her son's in the NFL and he's going to play for the Jets and da-da-da. So then a couple days ago it came out, and I don't know exactly what the reasoning was. So if anybody could fill us in, or if y'all know, or anybody in the comments, but it came out that I guess she went live and was like trying to defend herself, but nobody knew. It's almost like something like a private conversation that happened between her and her son. And she was like going on to defend herself. And she's like, my son came to me this week and asked me to delete my Instagram. And I told him that, or he goes, Mom, if it's about the money, I'll give you the money. And she's like, no, these women wake up and they're inspired by me. So nobody would have known this.
Mom, I'm going to pay you to get off Instagram. Please. God.
And the thing is that she tried to play it off like, Zach just wanted me to do that because he's tired of seeing me get hurt and seeing people drag me. No, he's probably embarrassed.
Yeah.
He's probably embarrassed.
Well, the issue that they had was that she was outspoken from the beginning, and she spoke on a lot of different topics. It's just like I think
didn't she go full Karen mode about Disney World? Like, didn't she get upset?
I don't remember because I stopped paying attention to a lot of the political stuff Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
well,
spoke. She
she
spoke
went
about
full
like some
Karen mode
political
about Mickey
stuff
Mouse from
out, and I mean, you're coming in
Oh,
as a
like
rookie, so
putting words in his mouth, essentially.
exactly. And then
Yeah.
for her, it's just like she was very outspoken. She spoke about the whole Disney World thing, like about like I think at one point she spoke about a vaccine. I could be wrong about that. I
Yeah,
might be
which I
mistaking her
mean,
with Pat Mahomes' mom, but either way, it's just like peas in a pod.
so you got to look at both sides of the coin, right? Like, you should be allowed to have your opinion, but also, mom, shut up.
right.
Like, you're
Yeah,
embarrassing me. Like, I feel like at some point you're doing this intentionally because you know that your son is like you're getting. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, her son gave her a platform.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
and that
Just like Patrick Mahomes' little brother, he's like this big time TikToker because of who his brother is.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, this is not the first time that we've seen like outspoken parents when it comes to football or just parents in general. It's just like now it's just like this kind of new wave of
Mhm.
these
LeVar Ball.
moms just coming out and just LeVar Ball was like the biggest example of it. I mean, he put the biggest target on all three of his kids' backs. And I mean, it actually worked out with the youngest because I mean he won Rookie of the Year this year. But I mean, like I said, in
Oh,
football,
actually,
especially
hold
as a
on.
quarterback,
Now that I'm reading, 11 hours ago, so 2 days ago, Zach offered the Jets offered her money as well, according to the New York Post.
Now look,
Yeah.
if
What?
an NFL team's like, "Hey, lady, we're
Shut
gonna
up.
pay you. Shut up, please, shut up." Like, get the hint.
Yeah, so it's
I
not
feel like
only
KD
Zach
and make a
Wilson.
burner.
Hold on, I gotta look at her Instagram real quick.
Yeah, I mean,
I gotta
this
go
happened
get
with
Noah.
AJ McCarron's mom. You remember the national championship game like like 6 years ago? But like, she was just like, yeah, uh, I'm not gonna, get on Instagram and try to get everyone to follow me. You know what I mean? Sad. I think it's just sad. I
It,
fall.
you know what? But it's these people that have
Oh, so
the
she has
platform.
one,
They
but
have
she
the
has a
means
new
to.
one. It's called Life According to Lisa. So she must have made this one new.
Yeah,
So, but the difference between LeVar Ball and this woman, LeVar Ball is actually hyping his son up. Like he's talking all the trash for his son. This woman is just taking advantage of his kid.
Yeah, she just
Yeah.
wrote.
So,
She just wrote 2 days ago. My biggest flex is I'm exactly who I say I am, and I don't have to fake shit. But your face lies because you've obviously had lots of plastic surgery.
Yeah.
You said it, not me. I can't say that. They'll cancel me. I don't know who they is, but they'll do it.
Listen, Matt said I can get her on this podcast, and I said no. And then he's like,
Why?
He's like,
Why?
that would be
Yeah,
funny.
right.
this right
And
here,
I said
this
she's
for Sam.
she's
That
not
would
gonna be
definitely
on.
be
She wouldn't stay on here long.
No,
Like,
she wouldn't.
I'm all for like lifting women up, but I'm also a mother of a son, and what you're doing isn't right. Like he's like pretty much begging you. A professional football team is begging.
I don't know. Like, if she got on here, she would probably talk for days because she has like an audience to talk to. I think she would talk for days. In all
Yeah.
honesty, like,
Are you saying you don't want to be on that episode, Justin?
no, I mean, I could be, but I'd just laugh the whole time. In all honesty, because like,
Yeah. I mean, like I said, she's in the same crop with Pat Mahomes' mom because I mean, Pat Mahomes' mom she's the worst. Like
I'm
I
currently
just-
on.
This is the first time I ever heard about Pat Mahomes' mom being
Pat
bad.
Mahomes' mom is bad, like bad.
really,
Because with her, it's just like it was a lot of the Twitter outrage, but then it was a lot of her speaking on the political side, which rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Because it's
Right.
like, ma'am, like, yo, just like chill out.
Her husband was pretty big too. So I mean,
Yeah. Well, he was in baseball, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like looking at her Instagram right now. I don't know. I'm losing brain cells while I'm doing it, but she's like literally on vacation, posting pictures of her kids, giving people inspiration on vacation. Like, just be on vacation, girl. No one cares.
Like,
I mean, I see both sides of it. Like, hey, hey, be a responsible parent. Let's not try to steal the limelight away from your kids.
Hold
But
on,
then
wait. Hold on, wait.
Go ahead.
She's just posted this on her story. I don't have an OnlyFans account, and I have no idea what it is. So if my name is on one, it's fake. Eye roll emoji. Some people need to get a life. What'd you expect was gonna happen?
wait,
Yeah.
first off, how can you say I don't have an OnlyFans and I don't know what it is? Apparently, you have an idea if you're rolling your eyes about it. Like, Nah,
And her
bro.
biggest flex is saying who she is, Chris. You know.
Yeah, but I see the other side, branding wise, and making money. Like, hey, if you can do it, go make your money. Not on OnlyFans. Now I'm saying like just in general, like get your name out there.
Oh, hold on. We have somebody that now is deciding they want to clout chase. So, Juan Villalobos, while we're talking about the Zach Wilson thing, says she's definitely not hot, and then says 2 viewers and y'all don't interact with us. Just go on a Zoom call. So I'll tell you, Juan Villalobos, that we are everywhere. So it's telling me that you're writing from Facebook. We're in how many different groups, Matt? Are we posted across 20 different groups? We're on a podcast page. We're on Twitter. We're on YouTube. So hey, and it's all about what gets put on the platforms, on the podcast platforms. This is just the live show, so a lot of this gets taken out. So we're just talking about the Zach Wilson stuff. We haven't gotten to the AFC South stuff, but go ahead. Give us some.
Wait. Hold on. This Juan guy, is he a Titans fan?
If I were to assume, yes.
He's on the AFC the fan battle page. I'm pretty sure.
If I was to assume, I would assume.
And why would you assume that, Sam?
I would assume that because that's the Titans fans get really angry and like honorary like this.
Yeah.
Like, you guys aren't doing this right. But then they never show up. Like, we can never get Titans fans.
Oh wait,
on
no, never mind. It's confirmed. He's a Titans fan. Wait. Okay, so here, this is
John
what I
Hall
was
says
talking to.
he has OnlyFans though, so that's good.
In Utah? In Utah? I thought that would be one of the like 93,000 things that are banned in Utah, but I could be wrong.
He don't have an OnlyFans. He has an Only Mormon site. Okay?
Oh, here we get banned.
And then Chris Elliott says, "Hey Juan, go fuck yourself."
But you know what? Let's go ahead and let's speak on this, because I've only been going back and forth with Titans fans for the last week. For some reason, ever since Julio got signed, there's been this need for Titans fans to feel acknowledged. Not necessarily Jacoby, because I mean he's 50-50 at times. Sometimes he just posts like just random shit, but other times he's pretty informative. But like people like RJ,
don't lie to that man. He's such a homer.
Like, yo, no, but the thing is, and now you're saying, oh, you don't engage, you have 2 viewers. I'm sorry, Juan, that we didn't automatically just go ahead and give you the attention that you wanted. If you would like to come on here, too bad, because I don't care. Because the thing is, you're not going to sit here and just impose your Titans on us just so you can go and say, tighten up, Julio's going to win it all this year, the Titans defense is going to be number 1 in the league. Like, we don't want to hear that. Like, no, don't.
Well, hold on.
Wow, Chris, you sound real. Like, are you okay?
Listen. I have been going back and
check on you.
So here, right? so can I make a statement real quick and tell me if this is hating? If I say Derrick Henry is the best running back that we have in the league right now, and the Titans offense runs through Derrick Henry, at what point is that statement hating?
That's a fact.
Okay, so then tell your fan base that because I've been told no, because Ryan Tannehill has been fantastic. I'm just like, Ryan Tannehill's been good, but the thing is, he also wasn't that great in Miami. And then RJ seems to think that Adam Gase was his coach the whole entire time, when Tannehill's been in the league for, I think it's about 8-9 years, and he was only coached for 4 of those. So what was he doing in the first 5 years besides hibernating?
Hey, here's a suggestion
this sounds like somebody who's extremely salty that they had one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and then he retired on them, left them with nothing.
Phillip Rivers was not the best quarterback in the league.
No. I'm talking about Andrew Luck, and then you went from that.
You ran off a Hall of Famer,
sounding like how the Titans sound about Tannehill with Rivers. And now you're bandwagoning for wins.
So here, whoa. First off, you apparently have been away for 3 weeks, because that I don't bandwagon for wins. I'm not a big fan of the signing, and I've let it be known I'm not a big fan of the signing. But he does have upside, so we'll see. But we're not going to do that. Just because you guys finally found what seems like a quarterback with the golden locks, we're not going to say that after you guys have whiffed on every
need to talk to
first-round pick
Justin
you've
about that.
had
I'm just the
in the
host,
last
sir.
5 years.
I'm
You
just
can't
the host,
don't
sir.
do that, Sam. Don't do that, Sam.
Hold on. If we're going to talk about that, I mean, we were handed the same situation you guys were with Peyton Manning and also Andrew Luck, that you had a top round pick and then you just lofted into this Hall of Fame potential quarterback and it worked out. It's the first time it's ever happened in Jacksonville. So give us the opportunity to let's see how it pans out before we start going down that route.
Yeah,
No, Justin, I'm not talking to you as a Jaguars fan. I'm talking to Sam.
No,
You as a Jaguars fan.
I'm the non-biased host, sir.
Sam, you were about as non-biased.
Hey,
You're about as non-biased as Matthew Hall. Okay, we're not going to do that.
It's not like the Jaguars ruined 2 Hall of Fame quarterback careers, you know.
Who?
Yeah. Who was Hall of Fame caliber that played for the Jaguars?
The boat.
No, he's saying Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck. With
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I was making a jab at Chris.
Okay.
No, that's fine.
I'm gonna say
that's
Blake
fine.
Bortles.
That's fine.
You have one of arguably the greatest quarterbacks of all time. You only go to 2 Super Bowls.
And
you ran him off.
Well,
you
no,
ran
we
him
went
off.
to 3. We went
to 2.
two. So I'll get that. Okay, that's fine. So tell me, between Deshaun Watson and Tyrod Taylor, who's starting week 1?
Hey, my fault. My quarterback
This
can't
is
get
personal. I like it.
Hey, my fault.
Listen, I got to make it spicy. Okay, we got things coming up. They got a lot of things happening.
Listen, we'll use this as a segue. You know, I just had to jump in because I don't like you picking on Jacoby, like putting him with all the other Titans fans.
I'm not picking on Jacoby. I like Jacoby as a Titans fan. I just want to let you know one of the first connections that Jacoby and I had was him just posting some craziness out of nowhere and me posting the Dyson 1 yard short reach, and that's how we came to be friends. So
I mean, if you want to call it that, if you want to call if you want to call us bonding from that I fucking hate that picture. If you want to call that, yeah, we can roll with that.
Yes. Yeah, listen. It's been cool.
The only thing that Jacoby has gone bad for him is he didn't pick Howard as a starting right tackle over the Jags and Texans roster.
I was hoping to get a little more input from some Jag fans, but they didn't respond to the post.
Well, here's one right here. Justin, who do you take? Would you take your right tackle or the top 8 right tackle in the league in Tyson Howard? Which right tackle would you take? Yours or the Texans?
I don't know too much about Howard, but I would take him over Juwan because Juwan is booty cheeks. That's the young kid
Thank
saying.
you. That's all I was going to say.
Disagreeing. I just don't know shit about either one of them, so I'll pick the one I went with.
He was rated the top 8 right tackle in the league.
So he was both. Okay.
I'll put it this way: I was actively against Juwan Taylor, and I'll show you my post that I did not want that that guy. Okay.
We can tell by the passion in your voice.
Well, listen, since we're on the topic of quarterbacks and all that, Justin, let's go ahead and talk about the Jags real quick. Trevor Lawrence officially signed. Let's chat. Go ahead.
Yeah. We all knew it was going to happen, right? He's already got his house and all that stuff in Jacksonville.
I mean, it's the Jaguars.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, it is, sure. But I think it's something where to go ahead and get that off our plate and, have him ready for training and all that kind of stuff. It's just important at this point to get all that stuff out of the way. So we're not letting that be, is he going to sign? Is he going to blah, 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 blah? The Jaguars are going to jag, or are they just jagging off again? You know what I mean? It's one of those things where I'm glad it's off. I'm glad he's a Jaguar, and I'm glad we're focused on the things we need to be focused on. So I'm happy.
Go ahead and I got some comments from the group circling back to what we were talking about before, but go ahead and give us the rundown on the fines since we were. John Hall wants to know if Trevor Lawrence found a meth dealer yet.
Okay.
I were in the parking lot.
And then I'll just go ahead and say this one, and then we'll talk about the fines. Chris Royal said, Chris, I'm assuming he meant Jackson, is going to be, and not speaking about himself, because we don't know with Chris Royal, is going to be mad when Tyrod Taylor plays better than Carson quote, my teammates hate me, quote, wins.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. I mean, you can say whatever you're gonna say. I mean, unless the team doctor
that
gets the
confirmed?
Tyrod, he
Oh,
might
hold
play
on.
week
Hold
one.
on. So the bigger news is Chris will finally admit that Tyrod Taylor is going to start over his number one fan, Deshaun Watson. Like, what? Whoa, that's the breaking news. Like,
Well, I guess
Listen,
proud of you, Chris. You
listen,
finally, like all us Texans fans, you finally accepted it. Thank you, Chris. It's fine.
he went kicking and screaming too.
as long as the team doctor doesn't get to Tyrod before week one, then the Texans should be all right. Because last time that didn't go too well when he was on the Chargers.
That was awful. Poor thing. I feel
Yeah,
bad
that was
for him.
that was that was terrible.
Well, Justin, go ahead and give us the rundown with the OTA fines and Urban Meyer and the team and what this means for the Jags.
I don't think it affects us long term. I mean, yeah, we forfeit. I don't know all the broken down stats.
I think it's like 2.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll look it up.
Yeah. They lose 2, but at this point, you got a bunch of young guys. You're trying to set your foundation this year, right? You're trying to set your foundation. So hopefully going into next year, that's set forth, and we're not trying to get a rookie quarterback on our scheme change and all that kind of stuff. So does it affect us? Yes. Is it going to be so impactful that it's going to hinder us next year? No,
and
not at
all. The reasoning. Do you know the reasoning for those?
I do not offhand. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's what I was actually looking at too, because I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, they're not the only team that's done it.
Yeah.
They're not the only team that's done it. I think
I'm not going to call it a break anymore. I've been Aaron Rodgering.
Well, but the thing is, like 6 other teams has done it. So I mean,
Yeah.
You know.
I thought it was only like 2 other teams.
Yeah, it's Jaguars.
No,
Cowboys,
there was about like I think there was about 5 to 6.
Yeah, the Raiders were one of them, and the Broncos were one of them.
Oh, well, they don't even have. So they don't even have the specifics. So the only teams that were fined are Jaguars, Cowboys, 49ers. The specifics are unknown. They're typically centered on intensity of practice sessions and resulting contact.
Because it was contact. It's supposed to be no contact.
Yeah.
All 3 teams will have to forfeit an undisclosed amount of OTA days in 2022. So my biggest thing, well, I think Jaguars is 2, and then Urban Meyer got a $100,000 fine, and then Jaguars got $200,000. Do you feel like they should have been a little softer on him though, considering he just came from college and he's not used to all these rules? Or
no,
he knew.
No,
Justin.
Let's,
do you feel like they should have been lighter on it?
How do I put this? Culturally and like morally, is Urban Meyer going to do the right thing in this situation? Yes. Who was it? Who was the defensive end? Maybe Carlos Dunlap or Derek Harvey that he had in college that before the SEC championship game fell asleep at a red light because he was hammered drunk and he missed like 2 quarters. Like he fell asleep at a red light, dude. Like before the SEC championship game, and he only missed 2 quarters.
He was tired.
He was hammered.
He was in college.
It's a fact.
It's a
fact. He was hammered. And he only missed 2 quarters of the SEC championship game. You think Urban Meyer's like, oh shit, $100,000? I made like $30 million in college. That's nothing. As long as we're ready and we win, I'm in. So no, I don't think you need to be soft on him. Be as hard as you can. And that's coming from a Jaguars fan and a Georgia fan. So
WWTTD. What would Tim Tebow do?
Not that.
He would get a prayer circle going.
He'd probably snitch on the Jaguars for having contact at practice.
He was the one that called?
Yeah, he was just like Urban. I saw what happened.
Roger, it's me, Tim. Urban's over here cheating.
That damn Trevor Lawrence is out there hitting players head on with his helmet. Get him off the field. I want to start week 1.
Like something's off. He looks a little squirrely today.
They didn't let me circle in prayer, Raj.
His head looks a little.
Who rejects prayer?
Anyway, moving on. Any other NFL or Jaguars news?
Not at the moment. Nope. We're all good, baby.
Chris Jackson, anything?
So apparently, well, this is just rumors or news, whatever you want to call it. But apparently, Melvin Ingram, who's still free agent, D lineman, D end, He is narrowed his search down to 2 teams. Apparently, he spoke to Philip Rivers in the last 48 hours, and they said that um, the Colts was great culturally. So they're saying that either the Colts and I think it's one other team were projected to be the team that signs him. Who he's actually one of the guys who was projected pretty high during free agency, but he still hadn't signed anywhere yet. So um,
That'd be a good move for the Colts.
no, that's a fantastic move, and I mean, it offers a lot of depth. It's statistically we generally want to go with a 4-3 defense, and I mean having Buckner, Grover Stewart,
Hey, question.
everybody, that's going to be a good one.
Question.
Yes.
12.
Josh Gordon announced he's returning this week.
Okay.
Well, he's not returning. He submitted his application to be reinstated.
He's returning. So would that be some? Like, come on.
They can decline it. I mean,
So
Come on
I
now.
listen.
they just kicked the girl off the Olympics for smoking weed. So he's a football player.
At
It's-
this rate, even with rules that make it even a little bit more lenient, it's just like his record shows that he's missed a lot more time than he's actually had on there. If this was maybe 2018, 2017, I'd say, you know what, give the man a shot. But I mean, this is year 9. He came out the same year that Andrew Luck and Robert Griffin and them did. And the thing is, now we're still going into another year where he has to apply for reinstatement. And I mean, there's no point in doing it when he has a track record
But
of
my
missing
thing-
a lot more than he's actually been there.
My thing is, sure, he would miss a lot, but you wouldn't want him there for like a year or two to back up Ty. Because he's
he's not-
older than dirt.
He's not. Him and Ty are the same age.
Well, Ty is a lot more beat up. They're not the same age.
Well, I mean, of course, Ty is a lot more beat up, but I mean, you could
Time
also
out, time
say
out, time
that
out. They are not the same age. There's no.
they
way.
are the same age. Josh Gordon is 30. Ty is 30.
I always assume Ty is like
Ty was like 32.
47.
No, Ty's 30.
I'm looking this up. Keep talking.
Yeah, but I mean, of course Ty. But the thing is, Ty has mileage on him from actually being on the field. Josh Gordon has time that he's missed, not due to injury, but because of the fact that he can't stay on the field because he's frequently suspended. He's just coming off of another year having to be reinstated, and the year before that, and the year before that.
Yeah, but
I
why
mean-
are we still talking about marijuana in the NFL?
I mean,
Yes,
we're still, but the
thank
thing
you.
is, we're I don't know
Yeah.
why they're still talking about marijuana, but I mean, from what I understood, it's just like there was like other stuff that was
Technically
being done
speaking,
outside of
T.Y.
that.
Hilton is a year and a half older. Than Josh
Oh, a
Gordon.
year and a half older.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha. So then, what is he going to teach Ty that he's actually seen on the field? In
Not
terms
he's
of
going to
anything?
teach. I'm saying to back up.
Get
'cause-
taller.
Nah,
No, I'm saying like
Yeah.
if you had somebody to ride your bench, you know that T.Y. Hilton's older.
Hey,
He's
there is
susceptible to
something.
injuries. Like you wouldn't want him to be there to back him up if he gets hurt.
He does have something he can teach Ty. He can teach him how to roll it. Roll it perfectly.
Yeah,
What instruments to use as a bong. Like he can teach
Yeah.
Ty.
maybe how to
Yeah.
grow it.
I'm never listen.
Right.
I'm never one to skirt past anybody who's having to redeem themselves or trying to find a second chance. But this man is on like the 8th chance. And I mean, if we're counting on him to go and just come into a game and just automatically make a difference, is he talented? Yes. He showed, I think the last game that he played where he actually stood out was in Atlanta. And I think he had like 8 catches for like 100 some yards.
Seattle.
Oh, Seattle?
Yeah.
Okay, Seattle. So he had a big, like he's had big games and he's shown that potential, but he just can't get his shit together.
Yeah, but
And-
but like, didn't the NBA like last year said they're going to stop testing for marijuana and they're not going to suspend players for doing it? Like, it might be more than that, but like the NFL's got to look at it at some point and say, hey, it's legal in some states now. We're probably getting to a point where it's going to be legal everywhere.
Well, the
at
thing
some
is,
point.
like, who got
Like,
really
why-
high and like it made them stronger and faster.
Yeah,
That was
it's not like
crazy.
PEDs or steroids in
Yeah.
baseball.
Well, the thing you also have to remember that the NFL is a business, and the NFL has different people that they work with. They have prescription drugs that they give them that's like 1,000 times stronger than that. just so that they can go ahead and basically just be hyped up. But I mean, God forbid somebody smokes weed, and then I mean they're just a
Yeah.
little bit hungrier than normal. But you know for a fact that they're able to rehab that way. Matter of fact, Justin and Sam, you know him, Eugene Monroe. You guys drafted him.
Yeah.
Like he's somebody went to high school with them, watched them through college. He now
Smoked weed with him. Go ahead. Yeah.
no, I don't smoke the devil's lettuce. But it's just like now it's just like he has a legitimate like recreational, like he's a big advocate for, marijuana in terms of holistic healing
Well, I
because of
mean,
the fact that his body got torn up like that.
Tom McManus. I mean, it's not THC based, but Tom McManus. He's been our guest.
Jimmy
comments on
Smith
our-
has a
Jimmy Smith is about to start a
has
CBD drink, but
Yeah.
Tom McManus it's called Miralon CBD. So a lot of these athletes
Well,
swear
like,
by it. The benefits.
It has been proven. It's been proven that CBD, not the THC, but the CBD, helps with the head stuff. And let's be honest, NFL has not done anything to help these guys with CTE or
No.
anything.
Well, they haven't.
So I mean,
Hey, I'll put it this way: if we're going to talk about business and marijuana, the NBA is having its best ratings, like on TV, everything, like this year in the past 10 years. So it's not affecting the business. So stop it. Just
Everyone's like, I want to watch
cares?
LeBron James
who cares?
high as shit on the court.
Like, who cares?
That's why they're watching.
The NFL is just so backwards, like with all of their stances. I mean, you think about the marijuana and that, but even with the DVs, like when players get domestic violence charges, they get suspended 4 games or something less like that. But you get suspended way more games for smoking weed. It doesn't make sense.
Well,
I mean, look who our commissioner is. I'm just saying.
Well, not just
Clown.
that, but you have to look at you have to look at how it is with the NBA. It's just like owners are way more progressive in how they are. With the NFL, and I mean, I might catch some heat for saying this, but it's true. It's a bunch of old white guys. It's a bunch of old white guys who
Speak
have
for
at
your
least
own team, sir.
okay, I'm sorry, old Caucasians. I didn't mean to come out that way.
We
I
have
do
we have an old Pakistani man. Speak for your own team.
Well, okay, you know what? Go with
Sure,
that.
but majority wise, it is a bunch of.
But the thing is, and I mean, we've heard people, and like I said, I'm not going to get too much into the political side, but you've heard when it's come to politics, you've heard when it comes to, marijuana usage, you've heard when it comes to certain things, these older guys who are from a time when it's just like that was,
like,
where marijuana had people burned at the stake,
Time out, but where does it make sense? Like, well, he can hit a bitch, but he can't hit a pipe. Like
look, it's so bad. My organization
hit your boo, don't hit your bong. You know what I'm saying?
It's so bad. My organization has a chaplain that sneaks into the backseat of your car to make sure that you're not smoking.
Oh yeah, don't get me started.
So,
That's creepy.
Yeah, right. So it's like,
no,
y'all are lucky. Okay, y'all don't have that. I do.
Yeah,
that's true. And in the Colts, they have a owner who would get high and drunk with them. So I was like, come on, man. I don't want that owner.
Hey, listen, you don't judge Ursay's partying, okay, sir? All right, you're not going to do that, all right? That man knows how to have a good time. A little bit too much of a good time, but it's a good time nonetheless.
Well, moving on. Jacoby, you got anything for us for the Titans?
No, we don't. There hasn't really been any news recently.
We're going to the Super Bowl.
If you didn't know.
I didn't let this defense is right. Shit. This defense got to get right first. But the defense is definitely going to be better this year.
Thank you.
I would put money on that. Everybody. I mean, you can't get worse than fucking 26 in the league. So.
Why do you think that, Jacoby?
There's always 27.
Hold on, Justin was asking why you thought that.
Like we have Mike Vrabel is a defensive coach, even though his record is not of being a defensive coordinator is not the best. I get that, but that was 1 year when the Texans had a bunch of injuries. Can't really hold that against him.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a defensive-minded coach. We have to get the defense back right. I mean, this year we brought in some pass rushers, got some young DBs,
some professional wrestlers.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to tell you, but ever since Vrabel was on the Texans defense roster or coaching staff, they were never above 25. Ever.
But but they were a bend no break defense, right? Like they would give up the yards, but once you get to the red zone, they would stop you.
Prevent. Yeah, Jonathan Joseph was a great cornerback until he came along.
Right.
Him and Cromell, and say, hey, that's good receivers, 15-yard cushion.
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
But that's not a Vrabel. That wasn't a Vrabel. That was
Yeah.
before he was the coordinator.
He was still.
I think he was still wasn't he like
linebacker coach?
Yeah, linebacker coach. Yeah.
Linebacker coach. The linebackers were ranked 27 every year with him as it. Whitney Merciless, who was a Pro Bowler, hasn't seen one since he was a linebacker coach.
Well, is there any other news for us, Jacoby?
No, that's
Just burst my bubble.
Be like, well, when you say it like that, I guess he is a piece.
Well, no, I was just trying to. I know how y'all get, and then you know.
No, we get sidetracked easily. Yeah.
But yes, no, go ahead. You guys are working on the defense. Something about the Super Bowl, Mayo. What is it?
It's like I said what I said.
Thinking about a Super Bowl, us getting better and winning the division again. That's all I can guarantee at this point.
I said what I said.
I can say that it's lonely at the top. Only at the top.
Oh.
Well.
All right.
Hey, listen.
You've been there before, Jacoby. Act like you've been there before.
All right, now to the.
You haven't. You guys act like why are we so crazy and why are we wild now all the time? Because we haven't won the fucking division in like 2 decades almost. Like we're going a little crazy because it's been a while.
Hey, you know what? The Jaguars done the second time in forever, and they didn't act like this. They were actually okay. Decent.
Hey, listen. Speak for yourself, because according to Sam, when they won division, apparently Hank wasn't safe, and yet here we are with yeah. Remember the story that you told when the Jaguars won division and apparently Hank had no choice in the matter?
No, hold on. No. What are you talking about?
Yes, because remember you said that when the Jaguars won division, that was when
London was conceived.
Yep.
No, actually no. That's not when she was conceived. It's actually funny because somebody told me once, like, good thing that the Jaguars suck or else you have a lot more kids. But listen, I gotta tell you a story about that. London was conceived the night that we beat the Ravens 44-7 in London. Okay, so the other day I was at the Apple store, and this guy, he's like fixing my phone, and they small talk with you. And he's like, yeah, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I'm a hairstylist by day and got a sports podcast at night. And he's like, oh, that's cool. He's like, yeah, well, who's your team? I'm like, I'm a Jaguars fan. He's like, oh, like judging me, right? I could feel it. So then I was like, well, who's your team? He's like, oh, I'm a Baltimore fan. And you could tell he, like, anytime you're a woman talking about football, like a lot of guys kind of like, oh, run along, little girl, Anyways, it was perfect timing. Because it's just him and I are there. And then I was like, oh, it's funny that you mentioned you're a Baltimore fan. This is my husband, Hank, and my daughter, London. She was conceived the night that the Jaguars beat the Ravens 44-7 in London. And he's like looking down at his phone, and he looks up, and his jaw just drops. Like he's like, I fell asleep, okay? And I woke up. And it was awful. And I was like, don't know what to tell you. Sorry. Here we are. Just London. It was great.
Walked in the room with a PBR and said, it's time to celebrate.
Yeah, let's do this, man. Let's do this. But anyway, all right. Matt, the saddest fan on the podcast. Did you guys hire Easterby yet?
No. We're actually going to promote him to team owner. No, but there is reports coming out that couple weeks within the season starting, Deshaun Watson will be placed on the commissioner's list, and they said that he will not be able to play until his court hearings, and that's not scheduled until 2022.
Wait, time out. Hold on. I haven't heard this.
Yes. So his court proceedings don't happen until 2022. I think
Yeah.
like February or March. I could
Yeah,
be wrong.
February of
But
2022, I believe.
yeah, it's too. So if he's on if he's on the commission list, he could for that reason he cannot play until that is resolved.
So has the
So he can't
NFL?
play until 2022. And they also said that if he is found guilty of anything, that is at least 1 year suspension or a complete ban of the NFL. So he for sure, if he's convicted, you're not going to see him until 2024 or never.
So wait, has the NFL wrapped up their portion of the investigation?
Not yet.
No.
But he's not on the commissioner's list. There's just talk of it.
Not yet. The way that it falls, it works out better for the NFL side and the Texan side if they wait till like a couple weeks before the season starts.
That sucks for you guys, though.
I mean, at this point, I'm like Sean said, there's so many levels of grieving. I'm on like level of 99. Like I get it. I'm the new Jaguars version of the Texan fan.
Listen, I have like PTSD now when somebody tells me news that they hear, but it's like not true. For example, my friend Adam came into the salon the other day and goes, "Hey, did you hear that Gardner Minshew's getting picked up by Tampa Bay?" I was like, "What?" Grabbing my phone. He's like, "You freaking liar. It's not true." He read it on like a fake Adam Schefter page, but like it, like feeling like that constant like anxiety when during the Jalen Ramsey thing, like, oh my God, now he's in Houston taking pictures with Deshaun Watson and Muggaletta. What's happening? Yeah, don't ever want to go back to that.
Well,
Gardner Minshew doesn't have a mullet anymore.
And I try not to.
He doesn't have a mullet anymore.
I don't try to follow that like you said, those stories and stuff. But when more than one news outlet is reporting it,
Chris Royal says that was a hypothetical article. Don't believe someone else's opinion.
like I said, there's like 9 different articles writing the same thing. So I mean, 9 different people have the hypothetical opinion.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's just a crappy subject, and that's why we talked about it a lot, but then we try to not further on down the line because, I mean, what can you do at this point?
If he plays, he plays. Okay, cool. Good for him. If he doesn't, which I don't think he is, he's either going to get on the commissioner list or sit out. He's not going to play.
At the end of the day, we'll never know the truth, right? They always say there's 3 sides to every story. You don't want to victim shame and say that these women are lying, but the stories don't match up, and you don't
want to call this guy a rapist. Yeah, I get it.
So it's kind of.
But I'm to the point as a Texan fan. It's time to move on. He's not going to play for the Texans. He came out and said, "I'm done with the Texans." So as a Texan fan, I'm done with Deshaun Watson as a Texan. I mean, it's time to move on, right? Y'all are done with Jalen Ramsey as a Jaguar, right? So
who's that?
Right, exactly. Deshaun who?
Never heard of her.
Right. Tyrod Taylor, babe. Davis Mills or bust. Let's go.
Chris Royal says his inside guy says he'll settle all of his cases soon.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that's not what his camp is saying. But
well, the thing is, though, also settling your cases when you have an investigation doesn't stop the investigation from happening. You can settle your cases in court. That doesn't stop them from saying, I don't know, whatever.
No.
So,
well, I mean, I'm pretty sure if the cases are settled, then I mean, at that point, it's just like it's not going to be anything else that can come of that because, I mean, at that point, it's just like once you actually settle in court, somebody can't come back and say, no, I think you did.
It's not
so
about settling in court. It's not
that's not like Sam said. That's not going to stop the investigation.
The NFL investigation is going to look at the code of conduct.
Or the Houston PD investigation.
Right. I mean, which I think they just did that because they were like, okay, enough already. We'll do it.
I'm not saying they're going to find something.
Right.
But, I mean,
I mean, that's why the case happening next year is going to be the deposition for it. So it's just going to be strictly on the terms of trying to find out what could have potentially happened.
We won't find out at depositions because that's going to be at depositions. Those will be, unless they make them public record and tell who all the victims are, which a lot of them don't want to come forward. You'll never see them, and you won't hear anything until trial.
and that's the reason why it's just like it's pushed out it's pushed out so far because of the fact that they want one side wants the other to break and just be like, look, let's just not deal with this. And I mean, it's just going to be who can wait it out the long. Deshaun Watson, he doesn't want to go back to Houston. So for him, I'm sure I mean, he seems like a guy who fiscally has taken care of himself financially. So I mean, he doesn't seem like he's that strapped to go ahead and just be like, look,
I
let's
don't
go ahead
know.
and
I
deal
read
with
he
this. He doesn't
spent a
want to play
lot of
with
money
the
on
Texans.
massages in 2020. So
Well, I mean, listen. I mean, these were all reputable Instagram or Masai, depending on how you want to say it.
Masai,
So,
plural.
so I
But
mean, you
hey,
never know.
he did spend a lot of money on massages and a lot of vacation to apologize to his old lady. Like, hey, babe, I'm sorry. Where you want to go? Hawaii this week? Tahiti this week? Like, where you want to go? I'm
Hey,
sorry.
Man, she don't care. I love her. She's bad. She don't care.
hey, listen,
She's
listen.
taking
Them, them,
advantage of that.
That's
them,
what
them,
I'm
co-
saying. Like,
them,
he
co-
spent all
them
that money
COVID
on her.
plane ticket prices. Those COVID plane ticket prices ain't no joke. I mean, those things, man. Listen, you get
Yeah,
your
they're like
get your trip to
49
Miami
bucks to
right
go
now
to.
for
Yeah,
$32.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I'm pretty sure I'm in that ballpark.
But other than that, I accepted that Deshaun Watson not going to be Texan and the Texans suck. Number one draft pick, Spencer Rattler. Here we go. Let's do it.
Oh, it
Spencer,
sounds
who?
so sweet coming from you when it was coming from Justin last year. So it's gonna be. This is gonna be the year where it's like the Texans like are gonna have nothing to talk about every week because every week last year the Jaguars had nothing to talk about.
Well, I'm still going
Oh
to talk
no,
shit
we
about
suck
everybody else's team.
again. Like,
I'm still going to talk shit about everybody else's team.
yeah.
So.
Well, if nobody else has anything else to add, Matt, do you want to tell them about the new network that we are on?
Yeah. So I know we probably had this before, but we actually got they contacted us, the Pigskin Network, from we helped me out with it, TSPN, I
Yeah, it's some
believe.
guy, some former athletic and stuff like that reached out to us, and so we have a new network.
It's a network of another network of another network. It's a big network. They're really big in the hockey and
Hey,
basketball
let's go
podcast.
Bolts.
Yeah, they have whole big time networks. So they're starting off with baseball and football, and they like our shit talk. They like that we had
And so
Sean
far they aren't,
Pendergast,
and so
Jimmy
far
Smith.
they are not racist like Brawl Network.
Yes.
So far.
And that's a big thing because hashtag Mike Brez is a racist.
Oh, yeah.
So, but yeah, we're excited to join it. More different things are gonna come. Streamlabs, DraftKings, a whole bunch of cool things are gonna come with it. So check us out. Next week, right? We're gonna have Matt Overton.
I love Matt Overton. Former Colts, former Jaguars. I love
I
him.
think he played for the Titans too.
He did. He snapped for the Titans last year.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Oh, he did.
yeah. He's like the Chris Conley of
You know, he was a placeholder for Pat McAfee.
yeah. They're real good friends. I was like, hey, yeah,
Just saying.
yeah.
That's what I
Just
want.
say it, Pat. Make it happen.
Speaking of Matt Overton, we're actually having a Twitter contest. We have one for Pat McAfee. We're having one now. All you gotta do is follow us, like, and retweet a post for your chance to win Matt Overton's brand, a Dad's Girl hat. If you're a Dad's girl, a girl's dad, go ahead and join the
A
contest.
girl dad.
It's
Yeah, you need to be careful how you say that.
You know what it is.
Dad of girls.
English, I don't do good. So
okay. We we know your intention is great.
If you're a
He has a
dad
whole bunch
girl,
of he has a whole bunch of athletic brands that he's promoting. So, in support of him, we're having a contest for him. So, join up. And then in a couple of weeks,
Chris
we're
Royal,
having
yes, do it.
and
Go
in
ahead.
the next couple of weeks, we're having the first time leading rusher for the Houston Texans, Jonathan Wells, on too. I'm excited for that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And not to get anyone too excited, but we are 66 days away from kickoff. by the time this is on, edited and put on the platforms, we will be 64 days. No big deal. We're almost there.
It sounds great to me.
And this is like the last month of no football,
Long off season.
right? And this is the last month of no football.
Yeah, this is the last month. Yep.
Well,
training
the
camp starts
official
next month.
regular season kickoff is in 60.
Well, yeah, I know that, but next month when all the big stuff starts happening is like we actually get to watch TV of training camp, and we don't have to watch Gardner Minshew getting his mullet cut off or anything.
What was wrong with that? I thought that was great. Highlight of my year so far.
I bet it was.
It was.
You're crying on the inside saying that.
Was not. Loved it.
No, now.
I liked Volume 1 Minshew. He was my favorite. Okay. The one with the helmet with the head. That one.
Well, I mean, I would hope you had a head if you had a helmet, because otherwise, it's just like helmet on the neck is kind of weird.
Oh, so now we got somebody hating on Jacoby.
Oh,
So normally they hate on John. Now they're hating on Jacoby. What's up, Jacoby? You guys couldn't find a more realistic fan like John? Man, y'all talk a lot. And we don't have to...
Who said that? Was another Titans fan?
I don't know. It just says fake Facebook user.
It's
You guys-
probably Clinton House. The way he's trolling you Titans fan here lately, it's probably
Well,
Clinton.
normally on the chat, if it says, because it gets posted so many places, all the other groups, it shows up and it will say a name. Oh, it's Tesmer, he just said.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's
No, you
what
got
up,
that.
Tesmer?
Oh, you got
What
that.
up, Tesmer? Yo, Tesmer. Yo.
Oh, Tesmer.
Hey, so when the Colts play the Rams, we're gonna have to have him on so he can be a commentator for both teams.
Listen, he is going to be on cloud 9.
I want to be on that one. That is going
I
to
think
be
we
the
should
best
have-
podcast ever.
Yeah, it would have to have Jacoby, John Haw, Tesmer, and Donnie Stingley all in a show.
I
We'll just
think
sit quiet the whole time. Just let him go.
Just let him stew.
All right, guys. Well, if you have nothing else to add, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. Like we said, once again, make sure you follow us on Twitter at AFC SFB, just like AFC South Fan Battle. We're running a contest there. Make sure you tune in next week for Matt Overton. He's like one of my favorite players. He just like does a lot with the kids, so I love having people like that on here. Very humble dude, awesome, and I guess played for 3 of our teams, everyone but the Texans. So, just like we all have been to the AFC's championship game, except for the Texans.
except for the
He likes to win. I get it. I wouldn't want to come to Texas.
Well, and also, like I said, no shade, but I mean, he did go to the Titans to eventually retire. So,
just like Andre Johnson did.
Yeah.
and Randy Moss, but we don't talk about Randy in Tennessee.
Well, I mean, and then and then here's Julio.
Not the same thing at all. Julio can still play. Randy Moss was washed up. He's kind of like T.Y. Hilton is now,
I mean, that's fine. Hey, listen, T.Y.'s actually played more games than Julio in the last year.
I got him.
He put up less stats, but we don't need to talk about that,
Hey, listen, that's perfectly fine. Like I said, I mean, you have Derrick Henry running, so I mean, that'll make up for Julio only playing 4 games this year.
He's still got some room to talk with his Achilles hanging on by a thread over there.
Who's?
Who?
T.Y.'s.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say something about a functional defense?
Yeah, I just have room to talk over here with my young team with you guys arguing over which geriatric is better. Sorry.
Hey, listen, that's fine. You know what? At the end of the day, I'm completely cool with that. You guys are going to be very happy at 6-11 this year, and that will be fantastic.
Yeah,
It's
it
just
will
like
be because one of those ones will be playing the Colts at home. So
that you hope for. You're not playing us week 1 this year.
I know that as facts. Okay.
You're not playing us week 1 this year, so you have a lot less hope on that one.
Literally doesn't matter. You guys can't beat us at home.
What do you? Okay. You know what? I'm willing to go ahead and bet with you on that one.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
All right.
Where's Harish? What are we doing?
And as a matter, go ahead. Hey, you go ahead and state your claim.
Are we going to do for our shame, or are we doing for charity?
Do both.
Both?
I'm fine with both.
All right. profile pic, and charity.
Yeah. But you know what? I want to up this a little bit because I feel like that's not enough for you. Because I mean, I know that you're good with
Oh,
tax deductions.
I've
I'm.
gone pretty low. I've gone.
You're going to have to go when the Colts win. You're going to have to go blue streaks, full Colts blue.
Come on, Sam.
Well,
Don't
see,
take it
there's
out.
a problem with this. Is like I already made that bet with Gerald once, but I ended up backing it up because I donated to the Girls and Boys Club of Nashville.
Nah. I need something that will actually be seen on the actual podcast itself. I know you have a Peyton Manning jersey, so there's no point in
I
doing
don't
that
have a
because
Peyton Manning jersey.
listen, you
That's the last.
but I mean it's okay because if we want to go back to that, you got more Colts questions right when we did the trivia
I have the
contest that you
Colts
did
jumper
Jacksonville
shirt
Jaguars.
because I lost the bet before. Like I'm not.
I
This is
listen.
not
I'm.
above me. Okay,
It's
hold on. No,
perfectly,
no,
it's
no.
perfectly
I will
fine.
do the. I'm trying to figure out what would be the equivalent though for you.
Just come on the podcast with your
Well,
friends.
I mean, I have to say, I wouldn't be able to go with the Jacksonville tradition and do meth because I heard it's highly addictive. So
Yeah,
we
you do
can't do
kind of have
that.
an addictive personality.
Yeah, no, not at all. No, that's awful.
Hmm. Hmm.
Make him dye his little goatee.
Yeah, you
Chill.
couldn't even call it a beard, right?
Right.
No, God, no. I can't. Listen, if I try to grow my beard out, I look like Anthony Hamilton. I'm not doing that.
Make it dye it too. His little goatee too.
What's wrong with
Exactly.
that? I love Anthony Hamilton. Gone back
No, that's
to
fantastic. I don't
college
have
dreams.
I don't have the
got
voice. I can't
what
get away
you
with that.
need
You
if
can't.
you want
Mm-mm.
it.
No, you can't do that.
How about Alexander Hamilton? Can you sing that one?
That was yesterday.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, you know what then?
on.
I don't know. What's a good? I'll do the blue streaks and the profile pic. Fine, I'll do blue streaks, but I want you then to donate. What's safe? $50, $100?
I'm
50.
good with either.
Well,
To who?
50. We'll do 50 to the Boys and Girls Club of Jacksonville.
Fair enough. All
Shake
right.
on it.
All right. Fantastic.
Shake on it.
We're shaking. We're shaking.
That's considered a contract in the state of Florida, sir.
Yep.
I
Verbal.
will hold you to that.
We got
All right,
recorded.
guys. All right, guys. Well, once again, thank you guys for tuning in. I know we keep saying we're going to log off, but we don't. But this is it. And I know that we said we're going to have a short episode, but you know what? Shit happens.
Yeah. So much for that.
Shit happens. Anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week with Matt Overton.
What?
Matty Ice. Or
Bye.
not Matty Ice. Sorry.